Hey guys, this is the one and only Sonic Ranger back with another video review of Epic Proportions, continuing on with the next action figure in the line of the X-Men / Juggernaut Build-A-Figure series from Marvel Legends. We have the second to final figure of this review miniseries, Kitty Pryde, also known as Shadowcat. Why she's not called Shadowcat anymore, I have no idea. That being said, let's move the figure out of the way for a moment so we can take a good look at the packaging as pertain to every single video review of this series. So as you can see, here's the front. Not much going on. It's pretty basic. On the side here, we got a nice picture of Shadowcat. On this side here, we've got the same picture of Shadowcat. I know, Kitty Pryde, okay? I just like calling her Shadowcat sometimes. On the back of the packaging, we've got Kitty Pryde, the prototype figure, with Locke, which is a dead giveaway to her one only accessory. There is another accessory, and it's not the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, but we'll get to that in its own time of this review, so hang on. Other figures consisting of this line is Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, Iceman, Havoc, Rogue, Jean Grey, Cable, and Deadpool. And that's going to do it for the packaging, but before we remove it, there is the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure piece she comes with, which is the right arm, and we will look at that in its own video review. So that's gonna do it for that. Let's bring back in the action figure at hand and lower the camera so we can get a good look at this good, gorgeous figure. I love this figure. I'm just gonna go ahead and end the review right there. Why not? She's beautiful. She is incredibly beautiful. Wow. This is one of the better figures of this line, especially when it comes to the females. Rogue is a really, really good figure, but I think just because I prefer Kitty Pryde just a little bit more when it comes to this face sculpt. I gave lots of props to Hasbro on Rogue, but really when it comes to Kitty Pryde, if I can get my camera to focus on her, this is nice. I mean, wow, this is really good work. I mean, she looks very, very young, very much like a teenager. Perfect overall win. This is some really good work. The paint job on the eyes is perfect. They are straightforward. They're not looking crooked at all. Her eyebrows are nicely painted. Her lips are nicely painted with a very nice metallic pink. I love that choice. She's got a very nice ponytail. It is very nicely sculpted with the wind effect. I love it. Her belt's even nice, even though it's kind of loose. That's a little bit of a nitpick, but it's not a drawback. And I understand why that is when it comes to the female figures, is to allow some clearance for their lower articulation, which we'll get to in just a moment. Her gloves are pretty good. Her boots are one little drawback on this figure because there's no detail going on here, but I guess it's obvious because this was the style of the suit. So this is all just painted here. Well, actually, the yellow's the sculpted bit. The black on here is actually painted, and you can tell by the dead giveaway of this joint here. Inside, you can see the yellow there. So this is going to chip very easily over time, but, you know, depending on how good you are at taking care of your figures, your time could vary. So anyway, that said, not much else going on with this figure, but I can give you an overall shot, especially with the butt, which unfortunately is going to cause some hindrance to the lower portion. Here is the articulation on her. She's got a nice ball jointed head with nice tilt. This much going on here, this much going on here. She can also look up and down without moving the hinge joint, which is also applied to her neck, as you can see. So now she can get some real nice looking down, nice looking up. Not much hindrance caused by the ponytail, which is nice. She's got ball jointed shoulders that goes out about this much. They do go around complete rotation, as you can see. Not much hindrance going on, even though this does kind of get in the way. It doesn't stop it, which is what I'm talking about. She has upper elbow rotation, no bicep swivel. That's to be expected with the female sculpt. She does have single jointed elbows, get about 90-degree stance there. She does have wrist rotation. She also has a hinge to allow the hand to move inward and outward, which is nice. She has an upper ball joint to her torso, as you can see. She can get some nice rotation and a good overall flex. Pretty cool. Something that Jane didn't have. Well, I mean, she does, just doesn't work as good as hers. And her legs go up about this much. They go back, not much at all, just back to a normal stance because of the sculpting of the butt. So there you go, that's the reason why. She does actually have some split going on to her legs. This is about as far as they can actually split, so that's okay. There's thigh cut to her legs to allow good rotation. Double jointed knees, and the last bit of articulation is the hinge to the feet to allow some up and down movement, and there's the beautiful ankle rocker pivot that is very tight on my figure, so that means she isn't going to fall over too easily, but that all depends on how well I actually got her stabled at first, which can be a bit of a drawback, at least on my figure. She really doesn't stand too well. Not to the point where I have to put any of that sticky gummy stuff on the bottom of her feet like Jean, but it is a little bit of a challenge. But the fact that she's holding right now is a blessing. Anyway, that's going to do it for the action figure. There's not much else going on there, so now that we got that out of the way, let's get to her accessories, or should I say accessory, because one of her accessory that she comes with is for something else that I'll get to in just a moment. So, here is Locke, the dead giveaway from the prototype figure on the back of the packaging. Not as nicely sculpted as the dragon on the prototype packaging, but for what it is, it's not too bad. The sculpting is actually pretty nice, just not as detailed. And the eyes are actually painted pretty clean. I don't know how well this is actually coming out on the camera, but I think I got it all. Anyway, it's made of this very, very soft, gummy plastic. Unfortunately, I really feel like that these wings are frail and they might actually break off very easily if not careful. And you can actually get Locke to attach to her shoulder, just like you saw on the prototype. But in order to do that, you have to wrap the tail around her neck, which, you know, kind of makes it look like he's strangling her, but, you know, I get it. It's the only way, and in all honesty, it works pretty good. It's a lot better than what Toy Biz had to offer with their Kitty Pryde figure in the past, where Locke had to apply with a, you know, via peg and hole system, which the peg was actually on the shoulder of Kitty Pryde. So this actually works pretty well, and Locke's not going anywhere, see? He's hanging in there pretty good. So it works. Like I said, when it works, it works. So, let's move Kitty Pryde out of the way. Not take her out of the picture, because this is still her video review, but the last bit of accessory that she comes with is something that we long anticipated, and I mean, it took a while to get this. We finally got it with Hasbro, and here it is. Yeah, actually this works out pretty well since I'm not revealing it just yet, but this was the body we got. This is the Onslaught that I grew up on. It is good on its own terms, but, you know, this is not the Onslaught that I wanted. And thank goodness Hasbro listened to the fans and gave us what we wanted. Finally, after so long, maybe a year and a half, we have an official Onslaught head for the Onslaught Classic body, and it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love this. I really do. If you don't have this Onslaught piece, you're totally missing out. But if you do have it, and you can't get Kitty Pryde, well, you're still missing out, because this completes the assembly. I love everything that's going on here. Not as detailed as what Toy Biz offered us, but having said that, that is not a drawback. It does actually have some black washing and some pretty good sculpting, which is very much classic, and I love it. I just cannot express my feelings towards this anymore. All I can really say is, thank you, Hasbro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that piece. And that's really going to do it. I really do love this action figure and everything that she has to come with. I love it. Just perfect. I mean, she's got her pet dragon. She's got the Onslaught headpiece that we so long wanted. So what is there to complain about? $20? Perfect grab. If you can find her, get her. If you can't find her, just hang on. She'll be popping up. She's not one of those rare figures. She is kind of hard to find, just not as extremely rare as Wolverine, Rogue, Cable, and Deadpool. So she will be around. Just keep your eyes out. Anyway, that's it. Let's wrap this up with some size comparison. So let's bring in a female figure of this line. So here's Rogue. Let's bring in the previously reviewed action figure. Here's Wolverine. It's a nice scale between these two, I think. So there's that. Let's bring in Mr. Anonymous here, who's not standing too well. See what you did? I'm just going to put him away for a moment. Let's bring in Iceman, who's going to fall over as well, so I might as well remove him. And then let's bring in the rarest figure of the line, Deadpool. So there you have that. And the last action figure, obviously, the continuing on for shits and giggles, Jane! Holy crap, she's standing. Gray action figure. Love it. No, I mean, I love her, not you. You're okay, but she's better. And that's really going to do it for this video review. I've given my overall thoughts. So what are your thoughts on this action figure? Hit down below in the comment section of this video to answer that question. And if you liked the video review, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like the video review, well then, hit the thumbs down button. I'm serious. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button for more video reviews just like the one you're viewing from the reviewing station. This is the one and only Sonic Ranger signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever you see me.